Okay guys, today I'm going to teach you some basic part of organic chemistry which is linked to your 9th and 10th standard. So before starting in detail, let us first talk about what is the meaning of organic chemistry. Now chemistry is a science of study of matter, interaction of one matter with the another matter, and everyone is aware what is matter is. Matter is something which possesses mass, which occupies space and can be felt by one of our senses. So that's matter. Now what is organic? So you have studied from your 10th standard, 9th and 10th standard, organic chemistry is a chemistry study of carbon compounds which has large concentration of carbons and large concentration of hydrogens along with it, which are basically called as hydrocarbons. Okay. And some trace amount of other elements like oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, etc. are also present along with this. For example, you have heard about alcohols, which are organic compounds but they have oxygen in it. So you have studied that in your 9th and 10th standard. But what is organic chemistry? So first of all, this word organic is derived from living matter, living organisms, and living organism is composed of different organs like us. We are made up of different organs inside. The largest organs is the skin, which is the outer organ of a body. Then you have a brain, kidney, liver, bladder. All these things are organs. The tissue inside is organ. The muscles and all these things are made up of only one single atom in a large concentration, that is called as carbon atom. So that is why when you study about the carbon compounds like macronutrients and micronutrients, like carbohydrate, protein, fats, vitamins, all these compounds are consist of large concentration of carbon in them, and they are useful for running of and proper functioning of the organs inside us. So if you talk about organic chemistry, it is basically the compounds which are required by the living organisms, and they have large concentration of carbons in them. Therefore, in short, you can say organic chemistry is the study of carbon compounds. Okay. Now, before starting the entire detail with respect to organic chemistry, let us first try to understand bonding in a very simple manner in organic chemistry. So first thing, let us talk about covalent bond. We know that covalent bond is formed due to sharing of one or more pair of electrons. That is covalent bond. And normally you see a covalent bond between two non-metals. Like for example, if I take an example, a very simple member of organic compound, CH4, which is a main constituent of marsh gas, a natural gas. This is methane. Okay, and if you write the structure of methane, so you have seen this structure in your 10th standard, C, single bond H, single bond H, single bond H, and again a single bond H. This bond is basically a covalent bond. And this bond is formed due to the sharing of pair of electrons. So if you analyze this bonding, there is carbon atom which has 6 electrons in total, and its configuration is 2, 4, 2 electron in the first shell, 4 electron in the second shell, that is the outermost shell. So this is your carbon atom having 4 electrons in the outermost shell, and now there are 4 hydrogen atom attached to it. So if you talk about hydrogen atom, its atomic number is 1. It has only 1 electron. It is present only in one first shell. So this is one of the hydrogen atom with one of the electron. This is another hydrogen atom with 1 electron. This hydrogen atom with another electron. This hydrogen with the electron, one single electron. Now when hydrogen carbon come close to each other, they try to share their outermost electrons. So if you see properly, now this, even this 4 electrons of hydrogen comes under vicinity of carbon, and 2 electrons comes under vicinity of each hydrogen. So hydrogen is having this duplet configuration, and carbon is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 octet stable configuration, and this bond is called as a covalent bond. This is how you can represent the structure of methane. Okay, so you understood the bonding. Now let us classify organic compound. classification of organic compounds. Organic compounds have been classified as aliphatic, also called as open chain, also called as cyclic, means not cyclic, and second, of course, it will be cyclic or closed chain compound. So there are two types of classification basically for organic compound. Now aliphatic means an open chain compound where the two terminals of the carbon atoms are not attached. For example, just give you a simple example: CH3, 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 CH2, 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 CH3. Now see this compound properly. Here we have a chain of carbon atom because carbon possesses the property of catenation, where each carbon is attached to the another carbon by a single bond, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all of them attached to the hydrogen atom to complete their tetravalency. Because if you see the structure here, carbon is forming 4 bonds. From here we can say the carbon atom is tetravalent in nature. So this is the structure you have seen in your 10th standard. Now here in this case, these two carbon atoms are terminal carbons which are not attached to each other. So now this compound becomes aliphatic or open chain compound. But if I connect them by removing two hydrogens, यहाँ का एक hydrogen निकाल दूँ मैं, and I connect this to carbon atom, so there are total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon. So this CH3 becomes CH2, okay, this CH3 becomes CH2, and when I connect this to carbon, the remaining two carbon are in order CH2, CH2, CH2 and attached to this. Now this become a closed chain, a cyclic compound where the terminals are attached to each other. Okay, so that is the difference between the aliphatic compounds and a closed chain compound. But today we are going to discuss only about aliphatic and open chain compounds. Now this aliphatic and open chain compounds, they are further classified as unsaturated and saturated compounds. Now I write down first of all unsaturated and then I wrote saturated. What is the difference between them? So let us try to understand. Let us take a simple example from your 10th standard, or reaction from your 10th standard. Reaction of ethene. You have seen this member of alkene, CH2 double bond CH2. Here when we add a hydrogen, there is a double bond between this two carbon atom. Okay, so I can write this reaction as CH2 double bond CH2 plus a hydrogen is added. So one hydrogen goes to this carbon, one hydrogen goes to this carbon, double bond converts into a single bond, and you get a structure CH3 single bond C, CH3. Okay, now when you add a further hydrogen to it, there will be no reaction. The hydrogen cannot be added here. Why? Because if you see the structure of ethane, so formed in the reaction, will be like this: CH, H, H, single bond, CH, H, H. And we know that carbon atom is tetravalent, making how many bonds? 4 bonds. So see properly here, it has made 4 bonds. Now the bonding capacity of the carbon is over. That is why this two carbon cannot add more hydrogen to it. It cannot add these hydrogen. The bonding capacity is over. Okay, or we can say now they have become saturated, and saturation is saturation point is a point reached where you cannot add more things into a system. So you cannot add more hydrogen into a system, so it becomes saturated. Okay, now here in this case you keep adding hydrogen. Yes, it will be added across the double bond. If you take an example of CH triple bond CH, you can add more hydrogen than a double bond. So these compounds are unsaturated, where reagents like hydrogen, reagent like Cl2, halogens, okay, they can be added across double and triple bond. So that becomes unsaturated. So saturated are those where carbon makes complete 4 single covalent bond, and unsaturation means where the carbon is forming double bond or a triple bond where more reagents can be added. So simple manner में saturated compounds are those where no more things can be further added, or you can say a carbon is making 4 single covalent bond, and unsaturation means where the carbon is making double or triple bond where more reagents can be added to it. Now let us take an example of saturated compound. So the very basic example of saturated compound you have seen, you have learned about, is alkane. And the first member of alkane is CH4, methane, okay, which is obtained in natural gas, marsh gas. The second member is ethane, that is C2H6, which can also be written as CH3 single bond CH3. This is called as ethane. So if you remember these two examples, using these two examples, we can make a general formula for alkane. See properly. This methane can be represented as C1H 2 into 1 plus 2. So C1 2 into 1 plus 2 becomes 4 CH4. C3H6 or C2H6 can also be written as C2H 2 into 2 plus 2. So I am relating this number of carbon to this number, which is multiplied by 2. See properly. Okay, so this number will keep on repeating, which is similar to the carbon number. Now if I write down the third member of alkane, ये भी आपने सुना है, this is C3H8, that is called as propane. Now this propane has formula C3. Chalo, let's divide it. H, 2 is common everywhere, so 2 into 3 plus 2. So if I take this as N, this also becomes N. It will repeat in every formula. So now the formula becomes CnH2n plus 2. So what I'm asking, you should not mug up things. You should not just in organic chemistry you just write and learn things. No. You understand how they have been framed. Organic is formulated. You need to understand it properly. Now the fourth member you are aware of, C4H10, that is called as butane. Fifth member is C5H12, called as pentane. Then sixth member is C6H14. This is called as hexane. Then the seventh member is C7H16. This is called as heptane. Then molecule number 8, C8H18. This is called as octane. Then molecule number 9, C9H20. This is called as nonane. Molecule number 10, C10H22, decane. 11, C11H24, undecane. Un means 1, undecane. So 1 plus 10 is 11. Then molecule number 12, C12H26, do, decane. Do means 2. Then molecule number 13, C13H28, tridecane. C14H30, tetradecane. Tetra means 4 and decane means 10, so 14 हो गया. Okay, molecule number 15, that is C15H32. This will be called as what? Pentdecane, या pentadecane. Then 16, C16H34. This will be called as hexadecane. Molecule number 17, C17H36. This is heptadecane. Then you have molecule number 18, that is C18H38. This become octadecane. Okay. Then molecule number 19. Now in molecule number 19 You write down C19H40. This becomes what? Non-decane, octadecane. Then 20 is C20H42. Now this is called as icosane, or some places it is written as EICOSANE, icosane. So it's one and the same thing. It's right, ICOSANE, icosane. Now if you increase it, it becomes 21, then henicosane, doicosane, triicosane, so on, and keep on repeating. Okay, so these are the members of alkane which have only and only single bonds in it. So they are basically a saturated compounds. Now you have also seen some derivative of alkanes as saturated compounds. For example, alkane is represented as CN H2N plus 2. Let's take a base alkane. I take a propane, CH3 single bond, CH2 single bond, CH3. You have seen this structure. Okay, now if I replace this hydrogen, one of the hydrogen, matlab if I write this CH3 structure as CH2 bond H, if I replace this hydrogen, okay, a single hydrogen group, with a OH group, so just, and I remove hydrogen, so it becomes what? CH3 CH2 CH2 OH, propanol or alcohol. So this is saturated derivative of alkane. Saturated derivative of alkane. Okay, so these are saturated derivative of alkane. Derivative means they are derived from alkane. Now if I replace this H with a CHO group, do you remember this group? CH3 CH2 CH2 CHO, aldehyde. Okay, if I replace this H with a COH group, so it becomes CH3 CH2 CH2 COH, carboxylic acids. So there are so many derivatives. You replace this hydrogen atom with a NH2 group, so it becomes CH3 CH2 CH2 NH2. This is what? Amines. Okay, I replace this hydrogen with another group, halogen group, so it becomes CH3 CH2 CH2. Suppose I take chlorine Cl, so it becomes what? RX, alkyl halides. So all these compounds which are derived from alkane, they are called as derivative or saturated derivative of alkanes. Now you can have an unsaturated compound. So basic idea of unsaturated compounds may you have learned about alkenes, the two main members, that is first is alkene, second is alkyne. Let's try to derive this formula. The first member of alkene is CH2 double bond CH2, which is called as ethene. Second member is CH3 CH double bond CH2, which is called as propene. Third member is CH3 CH2 CH double bond CH2. This is called as but1ene. You have seen these examples. Okay, now if you frame this into a formula, so it's, for example, you take a first one, ethene, C2H4. Okay, everything should be framed in the form of CnH2n. So it is C2H4, C2H4. See, it's getting double. This example, C3H6 getting double. So we can have a formula CnH2n. That's it. It directly fits into the formula of alkene. Now alkyne mein you have seen the first member of alkyne is HC triple bond CH, called as ethyne or acetylene. Okay, the first member. Second member CH3C triple bond CH, called as propyne. Now let's see the formula. This is C2H2. This is C3H4. Now see properly. If I compare this with a propene, propene is C3H6. It is C3H4, 2 hydrogen less. C2H4, C2H2, 2 hydrogen less. So in alkyne there is a 2 hydrogen atom less than that for alkane. Therefore alkyne will have a formula CnH2n minus 2, 2 hydrogen atom less than alkene. Okay, now you can also have derivative of unsaturated compound. For example, if I write this one, derivative of unsaturated compound. For example, CH, if I replace this hydrogen atom with H, CH2 double bond CHOH. So it's an alcohol, but this alcohol, in this alcohol you have C double bond C, so it becomes unsaturated alcohol. And here in this case जो मैंने example बताया, this becomes a saturated alcohol. Now if I write down, suppose I replace a hydrogen from here, a propene, so it becomes a CH3 CH double bond CH, and I replace with the COH group. Now this becomes an unsaturated acid, and this acid was saturated acid. So just try to understand you have two different kinds of a compound, saturated and unsaturated, plus their differentiation is also with respect to their derivatives, alcohol, acid, amines, ketone, aldehyde. They can also be differentiated on the basis of the bond between the atoms. Okay, so this was the entire discussions of aliphatic and open chain compound with respect to their classification. Now let us talk about the types of carbon atom. Okay, in case of a saturated or unsaturated compounds, types of carbon atom. And we also see the classification of aliphatic compound on the basis of their chain structure. So first let us talk about types of carbon atom. Carbon atom can be classified in 4 types in organic. 1 degree, also called as primary, secondary, tertiary, quaternary. Okay, so we have 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree and 4 degree. Now how will you classify this 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree? Depending upon the attachment of carbon atom. If the carbon atom is attached only to one carbon, then it is called as 1 degree carbon. If it is attached to 2 carbon in a chain, 2 degree, 3 carbon in a chain, 3 degree, and 4 degree. Okay, so let's take an example. CH3, I'm writing one alkane compound, CH2, CH2C, CH3, CH3, CH3. Okay, see this molecule properly. This is a complex alkane, or you can say a complex alkane. It is a branch alkane. We will discuss it later, what is straight and branch. If you see this carbon is attached to only one carbon atom, so this becomes the primary carbon. This carbon attached to 1, 2, 3 carbon, so this becomes tertiary. This is again primary. This is attached to 2 carbon, secondary. This carbon attached to 4 carbon, quaternary. This is attached to only 1 degree. Again this is 1 degree, this is 1 degree. So remember the type of carbon atom, okay, with respect to their attachment. Now let us classify aliphatic or open chain compound with respect to their chain structure. So they can be a straight chain, they can be a branch. Now straight and branch में differentiate करने से पहले be familiar with some term. I will explain that in detail later. If I write down CH3 is called as methyl group, CH2 is called as methylene group, and CH is called as methane group. Acha, why I write down bonds here? Because these are nothing but the fourth valency of carbon. See, this is 2 valency, 2 more. 1 valency, 3 more valency, because carbon is tetravalent, therefore I need to represent in this manner. So methyl group, methylene group, methane is CH group. Now in a straight chain you will always see CH3 or CH2 in a straight chain alkane. Okay, सिर्फ यही आपको दिखेगा. बेसिकली हम लोग ये alkanes की ज़्यादा बात कर रहे हैं. Now in case of a branch chain you will see a CH2 group, a CH group, that is called as methane group, and also one more group that is called as tertiary carbon atom. Okay, आपको ये ग्रुप भी दिखेगा एक. So these are seen in branch and these are seen in straight chain. For example, if I draw CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3, butane, straight chain. See, CH3 and CH2, nothing else. अच्छा, मैंने इसको अगर कंपाउंड को ऐसा बनाया CH3, CH2, 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 CH3, it is again a straight chain. It is just written in a crooked manner, but it has only CH3 and CH2, nothing else. Okay, if I write down CH3, CH2, 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 CH3, see, again it is a straight chain, nothing else. It has only CH3, CH2 written in a crooked manner. So in whichever manner I write on the book, it doesn't matter. There should be only a presence of CH3 and CH2 in alkane, so it becomes a straight. Now for a branch chain alkane, there should be a presence of a methane group or a tertiary carbon atom. Okay, let us try to differentiate that with the straight chain. Let's take an example. CH3, CH, CH3, CH2, CH3. Now, first I will select a longest carbon chain in this. See properly. Longest carbon chain should be selected from terminal, one terminal to the another terminal. And terminal carbon is always a methyl group. So you start from one terminal, goes to another terminal. So if I start from here, CH3, CH, CH3. So this is a 3 carbon chain I get. If I start from here, one terminal, 1, 2, 3, this is another terminal, 4. I get a 4 carbon chain. So 4 carbon chain is your longest carbon chain. Your longest carbon chain becomes the parent chain. And see properly, to this parent chain, one methyl group is attached. So this is your branch, also called as substituent. So this is a branch alkane. You see a attachment here from CH, a methine. So if there is a presence of CH or C, it becomes a branch alkane. See this example, CH3C, CH3, CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. See, this is again, if you see properly, I select the longest carbon chain from one terminal to the another. To start from, how many terminals are there? See, these are the 4 terminals. I start from here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Matlab 5 carbon atoms is the longest carbon chain. So this is your longest carbon chain. This two are nothing but the substituent of the branch. So this is a branch alkane. You can see a quaternary carbon here. Okay. So this is a differentiation between straight chain and branch chain. I hope you understood the basic classification of saturated compounds. Now guys, I'll give you some examples. You need to practice this example at home after looking at the video and send me the answer. Okay, so classify them as a unsaturated and saturated compounds. Okay, send me the answer कि which among them is saturated and which among them is anti-saturated, unsaturated compounds. So you have studied this. I hope you have understood the entire thing properly. In the next video, we'll talk about more basics with respect to organic compound. Okay, and send me the entire note as well as send me the entire data on my personal mobile number. Okay, all the questions in the entire note. Make a note of everything and send it to me on the personal mobile number. I'll make a group shortly.